Today, we will be discussing a recent report from the Washington Post which has been causing quite a stir in the international community. According to the report, the United States intelligence documents circulating online revealed that the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi planned to secretly produce and ship 40,000 rockets to Russia, along with gunpowder and artillery rounds. Sisi reportedly instructed officials to keep this operation confidential to avoid any issues with the West. Now, this news has raised a lot of eyebrows, as it's not often that allies of a country provide weapons to their allies' enemies. However, it is not the first time that this has happened in recent history. Let's take a look at some examples. In 2006, the United States sold $2.2 billion worth of weapons to Pakistan, despite being an ally of India, which was engaged in a long-standing conflict with Pakistan over the disputed region of Kashmir. This sale of weapons included F-16 fighter jets, missiles, and radar equipment, which India argued would be used against them in the future. The sale of weapons strained relations between the US and India, which had been improving in recent years. Moving on to 2011, the United States sold $30 billion worth of fighter jets to Saudi Arabia, despite concerns over the country's human rights abuses and its involvement in the conflict in Yemen. The US argued that the sale was necessary to counter the threat from Iran, which was an ally of Yemen's Houthi rebels. However, the sale of weapons was criticized by human rights groups and lawmakers who argued that the weapons would be used to commit atrocities in Yemen. This sale of weapons strained relations between the US and Iran, which accused the US of supporting Saudi Arabia's war crimes in Yemen. In 2014, France sold 2 Mistral-class helicopter carriers to Russia, despite pressure from its NATO allies not to do so due to Russia's annexation of Crimea and its involvement in the conflict in eastern Ukraine. The sale of weapons, worth €1.2 billion, was seen as a major boost to Russia's naval capabilities. However, the sale was cancelled in 2015 due to international pressure, and France was forced to pay Russia €1.2 billion in compensation. This sale of weapons strained France's relationship with Ukraine and its other NATO allies, who criticized France for supporting Russia's aggression in Ukraine. In 2015, Russia sold S-300 surface-to-air missile systems to Iran, despite opposition from Israel and the United States. The sale, worth $900 million, included 4 S-300 systems, which were designed to intercept and destroy enemy aircraft and missiles. Israel and the US argued that the sale would enable Iran to further develop its nuclear program and threaten the stability of the Middle East. This sale of weapons strained Russia's relationship with Israel, which had been improving in recent years, and with the US, which imposed sanctions on Russia for its support of Iran's nuclear program. Finally, in 2018, Turkey purchased the S-400 air defense system from Russia, despite being a member of NATO and having a long-standing military alliance with the United States. The purchase of weapons, worth $2.5 billion, included 4 S-400 systems, which were designed to detect and destroy enemy aircraft and missiles. The US and other NATO allies argued that the purchase of weapons from Russia was a violation of NATO standards and could compromise Turkey's security. The US imposed sanctions on Turkey for its purchase of the S-400 system, and Turkey was later removed from the F-35 fighter jet program. This purchase of weapons strained Turkey's relationship with the US and other NATO allies, who saw it as a betrayal of their trust.